Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I know this is a topic you guys are all eager to know about and looking forward to talk about it. So I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes until all of you guys join me in. And before that, how have you all been? How has everything been? February has started and today is full moon. So you will be seeing a lot of changes because this is the second full moon for this year. And full moon energies can be quite tricky because you'll be feeling a lot of intense emotions. You may be contemplating on the past, you may be thinking about the future, you may be doing all sorts of stuff. Hi, MJ, good to see you. I'm going to wait for more people to join in. Hi, Nimit. I'm good. How are you? I hope you're enjoying your weekend too. Um, so today's topic is going to be so lit because we're going to talk about surrender stage and truly how to let go and surrender. Hi, Josephine. I know you asked me to go a little later as well. Sorry, guys, for the delay. I had my nephew's birthday, and due to that, I got a bit delayed. And mm, tell me what you guys wanna know about the surrender stage, how to cope with it, things like that, because it can be really, really complex, and often it's not like it's not as easy as it may seem. Oh, Amy, good to see you, man. I'm so glad you guys are here. I haven't started. I'm still waiting for more of y'all to come in. Then I'll keep going, and then you guys can ask me questions. I hope you're all well. The energies of Feb have been interesting. They have been quite intense, but it's getting better. You may feel this full moon um, quite stressful. You may feel emotions being triggered. You may also feel you are thinking a lot about the past. Um, you may feel today you may want to release a lot. Hi, Bharati. Always lovely to see you. I had a lovely week. I hope you had a lovely week too. And Bharati says hi to everyone. And Amy, wow. Tonight, Amy says tonight we went to the observatory to see the comet and Orion Nebula. Wow, that's wonderful. You should share a picture with us here. So happy to know that you're here. I love observatories and it's amazing, you're getting to see the comet. It is a very rare event, I believe, so that's fantastic. Usually during full moon, each one of y'all may have different experiences. And that's why, you know, they have a lot of metaphors like the werewolf is coming and all that. It's actually correlated to how a person feels. And in extreme cases, so sometimes it's important during a full moon to ground yourself, to give yourself a lot of self love, and to spend that time to think about positive things, even though you may be drawn back and forth thinking about other stuff. Hi, Chelsea. Chelsea says hi to everyone. Amy says it was beautiful. No cool pictures to show, I wish. Ah, yeah, I wish you had some pictures, but that's all right. Rebecca, hello. Rebecca says hello, lovely. Thanks. Um, the most important bit I wanted to touch on is that you may feel you may feel a bit lethargic and you may also feel tired. This is due to intense downloads coming in this month. So you might find yourself resting a lot more than usual and also contemplating a lot about your future. So I would urge you to stay hydrated, get a lot of rest, and also take this time to refocus on your energies towards yourself. Don't be too carried away by what's happening around you, because believe that things will start to fall in place. And also notice the subtle things that may be happening in your life, and if you can make some changes. If you're feeling really heavy, a salt bath would be good. Being around nature will be good. You will also realize that the reason why this journey is so hard is because of the expectations that you may often set upon yourself, and that may tend to take a huge toll. So that's why it's so important to, like, you know often take that moment to actually relax and believe that everything is divinely orchestrated, and to go with the flow. Once you adapt this habit of going with the flow and relaxing as you go, you will notice a lot of changes. Diana says hi to everyone. Hi, Diana. All right. Oh, we've got a good 11 people joining in. That's really fantastic. And thank you guys for commenting on the post on what topics you like. In fact, I picked a topic from there to talk about today, as you guys may have noticed. So keep the conversation going. If you guys want any new topics you guys want me to discuss about, go ahead. I'm thinking of doing more lives in a week. Intend to expand it further, so I might be doing like a healing session, or let's see, keep the ideas coming in. But these lives will still go on Saturday night. Of course, this week we're once again delayed. I won't delay again from next week onwards. And yes, so I started off with talking about the full moon energies. I do full moon healings too, so if you guys are interested, feel free to contact me. They are really, really good because the full moon energies tend to amplify any healing, so it's a good time. And I've been doing both full moon and new moon healings too. So if you guys are ever interested, DM me. All right, let's delve right into the topic. What is surrender, and what is a state of total detachment? We go through so many things in life, we go through so many experiences in life, and at the end of the day, you want to feel secure, you want to feel comfortable in your skin, and you also want to feel in alignment. And when these things don't fall in place, you feel out of balance. And when you're out of balance, everything ends up being chaotic. And when there's chaos, there's no peace. When there's no peace, life becomes a constant struggle. And that's why practicing and learning how to surrender and detach from your divine masculine is going to be one of the biggest challenges that you're going to experience. But once you actually learn how to do it, you will feel so much more comfortable. Step one, surrender. It's easy to say, oh, I'm going to surrender to this journey. I'm going to let it flow. I'm not going to do anything, and so on and so forth. But what truly is surrender, and what is truly trusting the process? This is something that you guys should contemplate about once in a while, as this will totally transform your perception. And why is it truly so hard? And think about it, if it's any other relationship, it's so easy to overcome. Eventually, you may be suffering first couple of months, but eventually you find your way out. But in a twin flame relationship, It's constant. You're going through waves and waves and waves and waves of pain and suffering. And this pain and suffering would not end because you're holding on to it. You're holding on to it so tightly, trying to control the outcome. And that's fine. It's really, really natural. Sorry guys, I was just looking at the comments. So, as I was saying, you have to do it in a very natural way. Surrender is not just like, I'm angry and I surrender. I'm frustrated and I surrender. I want to get back at my divine masculine and I surrender. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to completely surrender from a space of within. So Amy says, just when I think I'm there, I backtrack. I think I'm making progress now, maybe. Thanks, MJ. MJ is totally right. It all starts how you talk about it. Watch that. Samantha, hi. Good to see you. Okay, so as we delve deeper into this topic, you will notice one thing, that letting go is something that you have to do from within. And what is letting go? I think a lot of you all have misunderstood what letting go truly means. You think letting go means, oh, letting go, and being in total denial of how you're actually behaving or how you're actually feeling and how you're actually portraying yourself. But letting go is an art. And letting go, and if you cultivate the habit of letting go, you will soon start seeing a lot of changes in your life. And one of the biggest changes would be that you won't hold on to things that are bringing you down, things that are lowering your vibration, things that affect you. Hi Priya, so lovely to see you as always. Thank you for joining in. Then let me continue with what I was saying. Expectations. Another big part is expectations. When you have a lot of expectations, you will not be able to let go or completely surrender. You're just going to be constantly swinging back and forth like a pendulum. And you don't want to be in that, you know, place, and just try to think that you are in, letting go mode, and then you're still not surrendering. Chelsea, for me, it means being peaceful and content with whatever the outcome is of the situation. Well said, Chelsea. It's totally true. Hi, Lizette. Thank you for joining in. So happy to see you, beautiful. I hope all of y'all are enjoying this topic because it is very tricky and it's something that you have to develop. And as I was talking about the art of letting go, once you start letting go, you'll realize that you're letting go of a lot of things, letting go of a lot of things that is holding you back, even memories that are haunting you, or incidences that make you uncomfortable, or regrets, or feeling like, oh, I could have done so much more, but here I am. You would start to let go of things that are not in your control. And one of the biggest things that are not in your control is changing the past. There can be a great level of obsession, when it comes to the past. And that great level of obsession is that You want to change something, you want to go back to the past, you wish this was like that, you wish you had done that, you wish that you had been there, you wish you had, all that wishful thinking is just going to make you feel worse and worse. And if you truly look at it, it's a kind of obsession that you have at wanting to change things and trying to make a difference in this and that and so forth. That's why you will have to break it down and start looking at things in bits and pieces. Samantha says it's a wonderful topic. Oh, thank you, Samantha. Indeed, it's a wonderful topic, and that's why I thought this would be pretty good for the week. And Diana, I think for me, letting go is about realizing and truly accepting that I cannot control things out of my control, just how I respond or react to these things. Wow, well said, Diana. Really spot on. You have actually said it so well, and this is, you've like nailed it totally. So, like Diana says, letting go is actually accepting that you're not in control of things, but you also have to also see it this way: not being um, accepting that you cannot control things that are beyond your control is not a bad thing. It's just that you're accepting life the way it is. And true enough, you can't control every aspect of your life. There are only certain things you can actually truly control, certain circumstances, unless you are like 100% planning your life. Even then, you're going to be met with a lot of surprises and a lot of twists and turns and so on and so forth. Amy, I'm working on indifference of what's happening. I'm working on difference of what's happening. I can feel it in my soul and almost flowing when I'm in that space. I just take notice when I start feeling towards regret or stress over the future. I try to send it love and ground myself with something physically in present to focus on. Wow. You have said it so beautifully, Amy. And once you actually recognize that you are working on the indifference, it actually becomes easier to cope with the expectations that you have set forth. And when you do that, slowly, a bit by bit, you will figure that sometimes not controlling, letting go of control is a kind, it is a way of controlling your expectations. So when you let go of control, what you're essentially doing is that you're letting go of expectations and you're letting go of control, and you're actually refocusing on your energies to the presence, and via that you are living out a very wholesome and blissful life. And in order to get there, you have to come in terms with how you're feeling. So being in tune with your emotions, getting in touch with your emotions, these things tend to help you feel more alive and more transformational. So for instance, if you were to, for instance, I'm just thinking of a good example that I could use. Okay, for example, dealing with past memories, for instance, memories that affect you, memories that hold you back, memories that tend to create a response every time you think about it, like not even a response, more of a reaction. Like, how do you actually let go of it? So letting go is just not about letting go of your expectations towards your twin flame. Letting go is a entire process. It's from start to scratch. It's about learning how much, it's about learning how much you are willing to totally let go. That's why letting go is so complex. You may think that you've let go, but you're not. So, like example, you're saying like, "Oh, I'm going to let go of my past. I'm not going to think about it." And the next moment, is you're dwelling on your past and you're thinking about it more intensely. So it's just not about letting go. Like I'm not going to think about it. It's truly coming in terms with it, accepting that some things are not in your control, letting go of the resistance that is making you feel like, oh, I am not able to control my past. But the good thing is, you can't control your past, but you can definitely influence your future by doing certain things from the present. I'm going to read Diana's topic. I'm loving this topic. I was just talking about this morning. I just said to someone this morning, life literally is one big roller coaster, isn't it? Take us up and down, throws us from side to side. But I think I've started to genuinely start to appreciate the beauty of the roller coaster ride. The moon has me releasing a lot right now. That's why I'm telling you guys this full moon is really intense. You may even, some of y'all might have migraine, some of y'all may have body ache, some of y'all may feel like you're coming down with a flu um, or a fever or something like that. But it's actually because of the downloads that I was talking about earlier. Your body is actually experiencing a big shift. And during times like this, you have to just, allow the process to flow in and just go in with the flow. um the next thing I want to touch on is that when you start developing or implanting this pattern of thinking that I can't change the past, past is what it is, but I can inspire the future and I can help myself become a better version of myself. And often, when you start to pray to God, when you start to converse with the divine and God, you would notice a huge change in your life because somehow you know that you're being protected and watched over. Just 1 second, guys. I'm going to grab some water and I'll be right back. And I'm back. All right. I see more comments coming in. Amy, I think it helps me to think that it all has purpose in our lives. It's about growth. But I can get upset about how things happen, but I love myself more when I'm working on me and healing. It's a gift. We only become our best when we are forced to grow. That is true. Like you see, if a seedling didn't have the right conditions, it's never going to grow into a plant. So it's the same thing. We need certain conditions in our lives to allow certain things within us to flourish and grow. And these conditions can be challenging and difficult. And growth is painful. Even as a child, when we are in our mother's womb, when we are growing, there's so much pain. There's a movie called Lucy, where her entire mind will be activated, and she'll be able to like literally go back and forth. And so she will go to the point of time when she was being born and the pain that she was experiencing. So it's the same thing. Growth is painful, and that is why you got to rest. And thanks, Amy, for bringing that in at the right time. Amy says, I feel like it's almost like it's God's way of saying, hold up, you need to reset. Absolutely. Sometimes you have to go through the reset. You have to go within and experience this willingness. So it comes with willingness as well and choice. If you're just stuck in old patterns and old habits, things are never going to change. And that's why this topic is so relevant to your twin flame journey. And how do you truly surrender to the journey? How do you totally let go? When and that is when you recognize that there's a thin line between surrender and obsession. Early stages of a twin flames journey is just obsessing over your divine masculine and just wanting to be with them constantly, just anything like a text or a voice message or something. You just want to be with your twin flame by hook or crook, and you just go around and round and around, just trying to like figure out, hey, what is it that I should do? Why am I just going on and on and on in my life and still not feeling centered? And the pain is real, and you can't deny the pain, because if you don't acknowledge the pain, you're never going to recognize how much the pain is holding you back from truly understanding the journey. A lot of people would say that, oh, I'm really suffering while being on twin flame journey. But why are you just focusing on suffering instead of focusing on growth or evolution? Because you are not in control completely. You're only one side of the coin, and your twin flame is the other side of the coin, and it takes two hands to clap. So same thing, you can only influence 50% of what's going on. The other 50% goes down to what your DM is thinking or feeling. And letting go doesn't mean that, oh, you're going to block your twin flame or not talk to them or completely ignore them. No. Letting go is consciously taking a step back and finding peace within yourself while working on yourself becoming the best version of yourself. Having said that, closely think about where the pain is coming from. Does it come from unease? Does it come from confusion? Or does it come from fear? And if you really, really, really go down and look at it, it is actually fear. When you are there, you will start noticing that there's so much pain taking place. And that is because of the fear of the outcome, the fear of all possibilities, a fear of what is it, what is this, or what is that. Amy says the peace is the best part. I think this is the most peaceful I've been in a long time, even though I truly miss him. See, missing is alright, yearning is alright. It's just that when it passes that state, it becomes obsession, it becomes demanding, it becomes like, why is my twin flame not talking to me? Why? And you're questioning all of this constantly, and then you are confused even more. So that's why develop that understanding that your twin flame journey is not exactly in your control. It's not even like any other relationships where things are much more clear cut. In twin flame journey, it's beyond, it's sort of Even if you try to surrender, it is difficult to surrender, and you can go round and round and round and round to try to surrender, but you just can't, because you don't even know what surrender is. Sometimes you may feel like a fool, like, what am I even surrendering to? Probably all of this is only in my head, it's nowhere else. And and I'm just making things up based on what I feel. Mhm. And that is very crucial, because you're like, hey, why do I feel this way? Why? Is it because is it because of the fact that I'm not going to get the person? And then you go through that whole negative dance where you're just constantly telling yourself, hey, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to try, but then it just doesn't work. Another big part is that acknowledging where you are in life, and not being completely carried away by the twin flame journey. I know it's hard because the love is intense. How you feel towards your divine masculine is completely out of this world and indescribable. So, with that both, it's something that you just can't let go, pack your bags and leave to some exotic country and never return. You may run from your twin flame, but they are always going to be there energetically. And that's what a lot of people fail to understand as far as twin flame relationships are concerned. Hello, Morgan. How are you? Today, we're talking about a very, very, very interesting topic, and I'm so excited to be discussing it with you all. And it's been such an interesting year so far. It's so quickly the 5th of February, and many of y'all may be just coming out of the post stress vacation downtime. And I ran out of water, guys. Just one moment. My throat has been a bit down. I'm just going to get more water. I'll be back. I filled up more water, so ah, I wouldn't need to run for more. Yes, like what Amy says, when you try to shut it out, you're bombarded with your twin flames initials everywhere and almost instantly. It's like the more you try to like forget them, try to run away from them, it's like they keep coming back to you. And that's why surrender itself can be very painful, especially when it comes to the twin flame journey. All this while, I was generally talking about surrender and letting go, but when we bring it to context and when we bring it to the twin flame journey, you will notice how it's a whole new level of struggle. Number one, when you start acknowledging you are in a twin flame journey and you're not in control of what is happening, you will slowly, slowly, slowly let go the clutch you have on this label. And when you start doing it, you'll be more open and you'll be more free to what is going on in that connection. And when, for example, your twin flame needs space, you will honor that and you will give them the space they need. There's some twin flames I've worked with who have given their divine masculines so much space, and truly let the universe do the magic. See, that's the thing. When you surrender and when you let go, you're actually allowing the universe, divine, God, to come in and help you out. Because when you release control in 3D, you're opening up the multi the multi dimensions out there. And energetically, the other dimensions do impact the 3D. That's when miracles are born. Morgan, I'm so grateful for this topic. I've been really trying to surrender to the divine. I've gotten this as guidance at least 3 times this week alone, and I really want to make sure I heed my spirit guides and ancestors by really letting go of trying to be in control. Yes, being in control is the worst. And I think, Morgan, I think it's you who suggested this topic. Am I right? Thank you again, guys. And on a side note, keep the suggestions coming in, and I want you all to let me know what you guys want to talk about, so that I could work towards talking about them in my future lives. So going back to letting go and surrendering in a twin flame journey. Number one, once you find out you're a twin flame, it can be really bittersweet, because you know you're in for the long haul, and you know you're in for a really long ride, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be complex. Yes, Morgan, thank you for your suggestion. Really, really appreciate that. It's a topic that I think has come in at the right time, when a lot of you divine feminines are actually struggling to cope with attachment issues. Sometimes you miss your divine masculine, you miss his presence, like if you go for a wedding or if you go out for a movie, you're like, I wish my divine masculine was with me watching a movie or attending a wedding with me, being part of family events, socializing with my friends. You would yearn and miss the presence of your divine masculine. And that's why letting go can be hard, because you just want it to happen, and you're like, oh, I'm like knocking my hands on the table, hoping that there'll be something that will happen and my twin flame will actually be present in my life. But then, not always that happens. Amy, oh yes, this time I'm just allowing it to work. I don't even feel the need to message him. I know that it will happen, and when it happens, I just have to keep the distance and not let the emotions take over. Yeah, you have to. So balance is key, and what is balance? Balance is very close to being in alignment with who you are. And when you are truly in balance, you will notice that you feel more in alignment towards many things that happen to you. And how do you align yourself with those positive and empowering energies? How do you sustain it? Sometimes you can like, oh, I'm going to set this intention, and I'm going to let go, and I'm going to surrender to the journey, and really leave it in the hands of God to decide what is best for me. How many of y'all can actually get to that level of total surrender and total trust? And this is exactly what you guys need to work on, because the miracles of letting go and surrendering can truly add a lot of love and affection, and a lot of miracles that can come your way. Amy says, oh yes, this time I'm just allowing it to work. I don't even feel the need to message him. I know that it will happen, and when it happens, I just have to keep the balance and not let the emotions take over. Yes, absolutely, and I'm so glad. And now, you have the opportunity to like try, keep me updated on how it goes. Love to hear from you guys on how you guys actually take the time to work on yourselves and empowering yourselves. You can also start this like mini psychic circles. Even I'm planning on having one where, we can like gather the tribe, and like I can like literally um, talk about a certain topic, or teach you guys something. It could be a series kind of thing to go on. Amy, I heard the song Mirrors tonight and didn't really feel sad. Just like maybe someday we will get there. Oh, that's good. You are seeing it that way. Amy, Amy, I've been doing the I am meditation. I had surrendered to that. I wrote out what that means to be surrendered. Yeah, that is really, really good as well, because when you actually write it out, you're in a better position to allow things to actually settle in more. All right, Moni. Hi, the surrender stage has taught me so much. I used to act like a brat before the journey if I didn't get what I wanted right away in life. Wow, that I'm really surprised, Moni. You've come a long way. However, now I've stopped being a brat and become willing and more cooperative of why this is all happening the way it is. Not saying it's easy, because if a daily struggle to choose to surrender, but because it gets more heavier. Yes, it does. Oh, yes, Amy, totally a retreat. We really have to organize that one. Um, in life, in person, it would be really, really fantastic. And thank you, Moni, for that comment. It's beautiful, and it's beautiful how you're accepting past versions of yourself as well, and allowing those experiences to shape you and propel you further. And you're right, it is not easy, because surrendering is a daily struggle, and yes, when you choose to surrender, like every day, it gets more healthier, because you've set it you've set it in on your routine. All right, guys, I'm going to go for another 10 more minutes, so you guys let me know um, what else I can talk about in this topic. I hope I've answered most of your questions. I wish I could stay longer as well, but I just have some work to do. But I'm really excited that I will be doing more lives in this group. Not just weekly, but more than that. So I'm going to talk about heaviness for a while. Of course, if it exits 10 minutes, it will still go. So the heaviness that comes out of this journey can be so much difficult, because often when you are in a state of shock and you're not able to figure out what is it that you're feeling or going through, you tend to like go around in circles. So once you acknowledge, okay, these are the things that I have to tweak, or these are the things that I need to take time off from. And that's why having that assignment that you were telling, not you, like some people were telling me how sometimes they see immense changes in their lives, and it tends to take a great toll on them. And not everyone is blessed with opportunities like that. Amy, I probably head out. Okay, my son wants to watch a movie. I'm glad I caught this one. I need this topic. Oh, thank you so much, Amy, for sharing all your experiencing comments. Truly, truly appreciate it. You have a great movie with your son, and probably I'll see you next week. Morgan, my tissue usually comes from emotions overwhelm me. I've chosen myself and each day, but over sometimes over and over each day, but sometimes there's this overwhelming emotion that makes me miss my DM more. That makes me reach out in a 5D and 3D. I try to give a good understanding myself. um, I try to give my space grace in these. Wait, I don't know why the full comment doesn't want to appear. Let me try again. Oh wait, it says that I just don't understand how he's good at staying so distant from me. That is another big part of the journey, and definitely thanks for raising that, Morgan. The divine masculine is innately very fear when they meet their divine feminine for the first time. So what happens to them is that they go through this fear of understanding what this connection is about, and they don't want to commit so fast either because they don't know what they're seeing, if it's even true. And then you're going through this phase where you're in denial. You think that, oh, I've let go, I've surrendered, but you are totally in denial of what is happening, because at the back of your mind, your DM is still cracking your head up and making you feel as worse as ever. And that's why, going back to Morgan's comment, that you have talked about both 3D and 5D. So that's why when you are not in communication with your twin, you can actually talk to them in 5D, and that can be very, very therapeutic, and to come in terms with what you're truly feeling. This is super essential and super forthcoming as well. So that's why giving yourself grace in the moments of weaknesses is, you've put it so well, Morgan. Thanks for that. So the last part, you're trying to understand, is good at staying. Like I said, it's related to the fear, it's related to the pressure, it's related to everything that has been happening, again and again and again. It's all these past experiences that is impacting his present, and he's just so lost. This is your typical divine masculine. Often they are so lost and so out of tune, and they are like just trying to figure out everything that happens. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Always. They say apparently I receive downloads while my nose is itchy. That's one of those. Diana, I found it very interesting when you discussed the downloads and what some may be experiencing. Honestly, kind of scared myself for a minute the past 2 days, and I thought I was getting unwell for no reason. Prior, I was feeling very insecure about my DM, and then suddenly looked at the moon and started to feel some kind of release. Then the migraine, um, then the migraine that still has not gone. Oh dear, your migraine still hasn't gone. I'm so sorry about that, Diana. I think this would be a great topic to explore and find out. I'm not sure what to make out of the downloads, but I'm open to receiving. Downloads are really good and they come from the universe, so it is designed to actually empower you and help you further in the journey. So you don't have to feel like downloads are a bad thing. Downloads are basically unlocking hidden parts of your DNA and helping you understand yourself much more. which brings us down. How can you completely let go? Like, what are the ways? It's so hard to walk away from my DM, and it's so hard to do anything. I just, some of y'all may be like, I'm just waiting and waiting, and I'm sick and tired of the waiting game either. Yes, so this is when you have to really center yourself, go be in alignment, pray to God. That's where the magic is. And after that, slowly you will see transformation happening in your life. And the healthy benefits of truly letting go is that you'll be more alive, you'll be more excited about things, you'll be more hopeful, and you'll stay more positive too. All right, guys, I'm going to take in some questions. You guys want me to channel anything, I'm happy to do so. If you have more questions with regards to this topic, feel free to ask me as well. Um, if there's any input you want to give me, or you want to share something about yourselves, go ahead as well. I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes to see if anyone wants any channeling done. If not, I will try to go live again probably midweek. I'm still thinking about it, and really excited. These lives are amazing. We have such a wonderful group of beautiful women together always, and it's so inspiring that we can all work together to make this world a much better place. So, letting go. How do you actually let go? Your mind at all costs will never let you go of trauma or pain or abuse or what you had gone through in the past. With anybody, be it childhood, teenhood, adulthood, you may have gone through so many different experiences in life. Some uncalled for, some you had to do what you had to do, some things were just not meant to be. And then on the other hand, you will also notice that once you start vibrating much higher, you will be doing so much more better as well. All right. Are there any more comments, guys? Moni, it's crazy because Eric and I both have moon in Leo in our charts, and this full moon tomorrow is in Leo. I'm excited what it's uh, going to do it now. Excited what's going to happen to the both of you. Does Eric's higher self wants to say anything to me today? Eric's higher self wants you to know that you're making tremendous changes in your life, and he is admiring you from afar, and he wants you to know that his love for you is eternal, and he will keep coming back to you in ways and in different ways. He will make himself known and present. Having said that, I think I've wrapped up. If none of y'all have any more questions, I'm going to close this topic. I feel like I've covered everything we need to do. So, surrendering is something that you have to work towards, not only when it comes to twin flame separation, but you as an individual, what your personality is. Um, how do you feel about certain things? What is your opinion? What do you feel is the right thing to do? If you start spending all this time contemplating on those, you will notice the change. Chelsea, are there as many messages from Kunal? Kunal wants you to hang in there. Kunal wants you to know that he's trying so hard to make it work, and he just wants you to know that he has no words to describe how much he loves you, and there's so much he wants to do with you, go on adventures with you. He does have plans. I'm seeing a lot of love towards you and a lot of affection, and I feel like Mal may take you on a surprise soon. Nimith, do you have any update towards um my goodness, I don't know why my computer keeps doing this, guys. Just give me a moment. Let me refresh. Hi Vash, do you have any update message on the current energy from SPJ towards me, please? I've been having many dreams of her this week. I still feel like SPJ is still holding on to old stuff and she doesn't want to release or let go. So that is really, really, really hindering her from coming towards you because she's holding on to all these garbage from the past and not seeing things clearly. But you have to hang in there, and her higher self wants you to know that deep down, somewhere in her heart, she does have a lot of love and respect and yearning for you. And yes, Diana, thank you for today's topic. It was great. I really enjoyed listening and hearing others' input as well. Oh, thank you guys. That's what's amazing about these lives. It's just is that we are like a family, and I'm here to facilitate this conversation, and I'm open to all these conversations all the time. And and it's so beautiful because we create this really high vibrational relaxing space for us all to be ourselves and truly enjoy mm, these discussions that come forth with it. Chelsea, thank you, Vaisha. Always enjoy your lives. They make me feel peaceful. Oh, thank you, Chelsea. That means a lot. And I'm so touched by it, you know. Thank you for your kind words. Morgan, I reached out to my TF when I didn't really mean to. I didn't mean to push him before he's ready to come back to me. Did I push him to run further from me right now? You don't have to see it that way, but what is actually happening is that your divine masculine is kind of like taking a break to like um, see things from another perspective. So you you have to see it as anyway, this just happened right now. Things can like change in a minute. And sometimes, with men, if you really let go, they will come back. So that is the trick, even for twin flames. When you truly let go, they always come back. And that's why when you surrender and let go and trust the journey and believe who you are on the soul level. So that's why I'll always recommend getting a soul report, because that's going to open you up to your soul origins, where you're from, why are you here, why are you on a twin flame journey, and things like that. And you guys can always check out my file for all my services, and if you guys want a private reading, feel free to DM me. Always happy to have a one-on-one session with you all. And guys, keep the questions coming in, and I'm going to close up in 10 minutes. I hope I've covered everything with regards to surrender and growth and letting go. So letting go in itself is like an art, and it's an art that you will have to learn, and it takes a while. But once you start doing it on a daily basis to all aspects of your life, it will be much more easier in your twin flame journey. Moni, yes, when you let go, they come. Thank you for sharing all your wisdom and insight every week. We all love you very much. Can't wait for your psychic circles. I heard you say, "Oh, I love you so much too, Moni." And thank you so much for your kind words. Yes, keep thinking of, like maybe doing workshops or psychic circles. I heard in the UK that's quite popular. Um, like to teach something like every week, and just gather people who are really into learning and expanding their awareness on this twin flame journey, spirituality, evolution, and everything like that. Nimit, thank you so much for today's topic and the message. Always grateful for the support you provide. Um, Everything each week in the live sessions. Oh, thank you so much. And you guys, if you guys are keen, feel free to DM me about the full moon healings. We'll be happy for you guys to join in. Um, and be well, take care, and also I want you guys to practice mindfulness as well, and respecting yourself. And when you truly start loving yourself and respecting yourself for who you are, you will see transformation in your life. You'll notice a lot of changes taking place, and slowly you will see a difference. And that's why they say life truly starts when you truly let go. And when you start, like a child, you just, why do children manifesting so easily, and to get their desires fulfilled? It's because it's so pure. If they want this toy, or if they want the candy, they get it. It's because they trust. They trust in the journey. They trust in the universe. They know they're gonna get what they want. And they are also, and that's the childlike innocence that you guys have to adapt in order to feel more motivated and alive. Having said that, if there's anything else, I would definitely recommend the 5D activator too. That's really, really good. And oh, Diana, that is wonderful. Diana says, I don't know what's happening, but this is the fourth time during this live that I've started typing a question and you start answering it as I'm typing, loving it. Oh, thank you, Diana. I'm so happy that's happening. Nimit, thank you so much for today's topic and the message. Always grateful for the support you provide each week in these lives. Oh, I'm always happy to. And Diana, thank you so much. Your comment really makes me so happy. You guys are amazing, and I would love to work with you all. And yes, if there's anything, please feel free to DM me. And don't worry, I always have your back. Got your back in this journey. And hang in there. Big changes are coming ahead. And that's why life starts when you truly let go. And letting go can be the most painful, because life, you have so much regrets, you have so much disappointments, you have so much of fear. Um, and often when you start to release, let go, and surrender, it's so blissful. You feel like you are floating, and you feel much more alive and at peace. Oh, thanks, Diana. Much love to you too. Appreciate you, your time and energy. Always. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are all wonderful. And thank you so much, Diana. You're so sweet, and really, really appreciate your kind words. It really motivates me and inspires me. And also for some of your um, who are really struggling, please, if you guys need assistance, reach out to us. Mm, Make a post. We can still have those group discussions on the wall. Also, if you guys want me to talk about a certain topic, you guys can, keep the thread alive by commenting them. And last things last, if you guys need a private healing or reading or any private services, feel free to contact me. Yes, I would definitely recommend certain activators that can really help you in your twin flame journey too. Yeah, that's why it starts with knowing more about yourself, understanding more about the journey, understanding more about your divine masculine, and then everything falls in place. So, guys, have a amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. Love you all so much. I assure you all there'll be no more delays. I'll, in fact, try to go earlier next week onwards because I know too late doesn't quite help you guys, especially for those in America. It's getting really late. Mm, yes. All right, guys. If you guys have no more questions or you don't want me to do any more channeling, and also if you feel that I have covered everything I need to cover, I'm going to go in a moment. And yes. All right, guys. Love you all and talk to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.